Well then.
All right, and we're back. So, how far did you guys make it out?
We were
all right. So about no, it was an hour worth of searching, not an hour away. Oh. So about 15 minutes later, Yashi, can you bring everybody in there?
I have 12 now. Solid.
All right. So yeah, everybody moves in. Crystal, you notice Vedran with Yaji, Adze, and Naomi come in, but over Vedran's shoulder looks like a heavily injured man as they seem to walk in here.
Naomi seems to be looking around in awe.
I can hold 14 people. My bad.
She would run over to the group. What's going on?
I brought everyone back. I've even got extra people.
Yeah, can you work on him? He's injured.
Yeah, we just kind of found him in a big kind of crevice.
Probably has been tortured by something.
Yeah, something like that.
Alright. I should give him a look over first. What would I roll to just look him over? Just search?
Are you trying to search for something, or are you trying to make a medical examination?
Medical examination.
Stabilize.
Stabilize.
Okay. Where is my stabilize? Right here.
So giving him a look over, it's obvious that he's suffered some really physically harmful damage and seems to be stable, but very injured.
Okay. Well then the first thing I'm gonna do is this. Then
so, without anything more, after you bring your healing staff out, you watch his legs break back into place, making awkward, painful sounding noises as this man just starts to scream as your magic begins to refix his broken, almost corpse-like frame while holding on to him, Vedran.
Yep.
And it gets to a point where he gets to an apex of where he's screaming before just, again, falling back unconscious. But his bones seem to break back into place. The tattered, form of his legs just returned and fitted into themselves and look to be angled in a normal pace. And he still looks malnourished. But aside from that, all scars on his body, everything like that, seems to be cleared up.
That's the start.
Well, I guess you can let him rest for now. Someone should keep an eye on him.
It's around this time Akko runs out with his trousers on and axe in hand after hearing this yelling.
It's always right, Akko. It's just,
What are you doing?
Alright. He looks like he, wherever he was at, he left in a hurry.
Do I notice that he's coming out of what I remember to be Kite's dormitory?
They look exactly the same, so who knows?
Okay, then I wouldn't say anything then. It's fine if you were sleeping. You could go back to sleep or rest or whatever you're doing.
You're muted if you're talking.
No, I look. Yeah. Okay. He seems to have his mind a bit dispersed at the moment.
Take time to notice the surroundings. You do see that they have another person with them.
Wait, who is that?
It's just some guy we found. We got it handled.
He tilt his head a bit. What will this guy look like exactly? Like what does Akko see exactly?
You drop
Roll
your
a
axe.
Oh.
Oh,
What?
He looks familiar.
How familiar are we talking about?
Too familiar.
How's your
He'd,
history check?
he'd approach slowly towards the injured person.
What are you doing?
Just he just holds his hands up for a moment as he checks.
Do you guys stop him?
I
I
had
don't
looked
think
to
you should
Crystal.
really move him around a bit.
no, I wouldn't stop him. I'd keep an eye on him, but
Akko. You walk up on the visage of a man that, if you didn't know any better, looked identical to your father. But much older. And malnourished. I remembered the word.
There you go.
Okay, this man is laying down currently, right?
Yes.
So to everyone else, Akko's just approaching with a very strangely gentle demeanor. Right, he'd kneel down next to the man and just, he'd pay closer attention to his face and the state that he is in. He seems eerily quiet at first until he says a word, what seems to be a name, inquisitively. Murnock?
Do you know this man?
He'd hold his hand up to as just hold on.
Dude's unconscious.
Is it you? He's trying to get into rehab, but
With your words, the eyes seem to slowly flicker. As they look blankly around the surrounding, all you looking down at him. Before slowly starting to fall on you now, Akko.
He doesn't know what to say at first as he looks just
He begins to reach his arm up, straining in the process to do so, before resting it on your cheek. Hira. Before it goes lax again and falls into unconsciousness.
if anybody catches a glimpse of Akko's face, you'd see him tearing up. Something that I'm pretty sure nobody has seen him do yet.
So
Akko,
you do know him?
are you all right?
He'd hold the man's hand steadily. He'd look to the side, still his view mostly on the ground, but he'd say, in between quivering words, he'd just say, "This is Murnock. It's my father."
Wow.
Huh.
Pretty good, this people finding business.
I mean, technically, I found him first, but it doesn't matter.
You found a hole.
Crystal would
Yeah.
just give a small smile to Akko. Well, that's good. I'm glad you found him. Or we found him.
Akko seems to be in complete silence as he looks at the state of Murnock, however. Like, he just checks everywhere for wounds, for what happened, any clue at all.
Unfortunately,
But
as you look
all he
around
can mutter
him,
is just, what happened to you?
as you look around his body, any trace of what would have been the wounds and evidence of his torturing were cured by the healing staff.
I've already healed him up a bit. He had some broken bones, but
Seems frustrated at first that he hears that, but needed to say, thank you, Crystal.
of course,
Yeah, I don't know if I'm... Just go on.
I can heal him up a bit more if you want. He still looks quite injured.
Merrick's fallen unconscious again, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So Akko will let the hand of his father rest as he lays it down. And suddenly he'd act very energetic. He'd ask, where do you find him? I need you to show me, now.
In a hole.
A crevasse.
hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he have anything on him?
He had a little satchel with a little letter in it.
What did it say?
I don't know, I didn't read it. I wanted to.
Where is it?
Here.
Is he extending the letter to him?
He's not, because he's playing coy a bit with me.
Vedran, give him the letter.
He didn't ask for that, he asked to see where it was. It's here.
Vedran, give me the letter.
Vedran, this isn't the time.
Here you go.
So he'd take it. Is there anything written on the letter that Akko will recognize?
Looking at the small square piece of parchment, there's nothing written on it, but it is covered in what looks like somewhat wear and tear, somewhat dirt, grime. It looks like something that's like a piece of paper that's been hidden away on someone's person for a long time, and then just suddenly some like sleight of handly been using to write things on, and then finally wrapped up and ready to be sent. It looks like some piece of parchment that's gone through some shit.
He'd look back towards his father before deciding, do I want to open this or not? He'd open it.
Looking into the letter and reading it, it gives way for a call of help. Going through it, it seems to speak of this town that you know nothing about, and that these people being taken control over by these lizard-like folk, and one by one, systematically being forced to worship to their serpent-like deity, and asking for aid.
This doesn't make any sense. He'd put the letter back in the envelope, and he'd sit down, try and think. Why them? Why now? He seems to be in a completely confused state at the moment. So if anybody wants to try and ask anything of him, or even check on Murnock himself, now's the time.
So, what's in the letter then?
So, It's a call for help.
From him?
No, not from him. Village.
Which
Some place being attacked by reptilian creatures.
could it mean like the ones we fought before?
Could be.
Right.
But
So-
then why was her house aflame?
That sounds more personal. Don't know anything about that. But so what village is this? It's not the one we're going to, are we? Is it?
I could check the letter again to read the name of the village. Of the place, rather.
So where you're heading to is called Millerville.
Okay. And the location in the letter?
That's the thing in the letter, my fault.
Millerville.
Millerville.
And we don't know the name of the place that we're going to.
As far as Mulan told you, it didn't have a name. Said it was a new town that didn't have a name.
Would that name would have been on the map?
Thinking back to what you saw, no, you don't recall a name called Millerville on the map.
Like, was there even writing on there at all? 'Cause to my knowledge, it was just
No.
like geographical stuff.
It was geographical. Yes, you're correct. It's geographical. Do you give them the letter to read?
Well, if anybody wanted to read it,
I'll
he
give you a
would, but
second
mostly
opinion.
because he's in a state where he's trying to process the information.
I would just lightly take it out your hands unless you stop him.
He'd have a bit of tension at first, but he'd eventually give.
He's just gonna give a second opinion. And he's gonna look through it himself.
And much to like I explained, it goes over the story of these people crying for help, saying that their town has been sieged by these lizard-like creatures, forcing them to serve their like snake-like god through coercion and magic.
Yeah, that really sounds like something.
And by the state of the letter, when you're looking at it, it seems to have stains from blood, sweat, dirt, grime. This probably was a piece of paper he's been hiding on this person for a long time. And
Yeah.
either finally made a way of escape or one way or another.
So, this doesn't mean anything to any of you in particular, does it?
No.
So, I mean, obviously, it's a bad thing, but it's not anything that we've already known about. Oh. Hand back the letter.
Put it back in the envelope again, just look towards Mirnok yet again. What happened, Dad?
Well, might as well just let him rest for now.
I mean, yeah, that's the idea.
We can ask him when he finally is able to wake up.
You tried to say here. You found them alone, right?
Yep.
Well,
Shit.
I mean, there was a set of green eyes I thought I saw in the darkness after we left the crevice, but Who knows?
Right. Okay. Well, at least now we have an area. He still seems completely shaken.
Well, I only have hammocks in my hut. I'm not sure that's the best place to let someone recovering from injuries rest. Does anyone have
Yeah,
a bed?
Just put them in mine.
All right.
He can use mine if it's necessary. I'll just sleep on the ground or something.
It's around this time, wearing basically sheets. Kai would come out. It's like, what's going on?
And do I notice that they both came out of the same hut now?
Oh, god damn it.
Yes.
I look.
Oh, god damn it.
Vedran keeps a smile to himself.
And she's wearing your shirt.
No, it's sheets.
I mean, Akko did come out only with his pants, so it's plausible that she has his shirt.
Oh no, it's a dress actually. So yeah, she's wearing your dress.
Naomi looks between you two, turns red, and then looks away.
Crystal raises an eyebrow.
Alright, this is a conscious
Well,
guy.
that's a fine way to ruin a dramatic moment, guys.
Yes, exactly.
This is an unconscious guy that we brought back. Turns out it's like Echo's father. He's unconscious. You're caught up. Also, there's a letter.
Akko will just look up the guy. He clearly seems shaken, and she will indeed notice that while obviously the man is human, there is resemblance between him and Akko. In particular, if you remember the post I did on Creative Corner, they're both redheads.
She would look kind of dumbfounded, not too sure how to take this situation. So she would just limp towards you and, like, kneel beside you. What do you want to do?
You have to wait until he wakes up. That's all I can think of. That really is all that he can think of. He's still... On one hand, he's happy he's found his father. On the other hand, the letter and the fact that Hero was nowhere with him leaves more questions than answers.
Well, sure, we could put them in a bed. Considering I'm pretty sure we now have a hut that's unoccupied.
We do?
Yeah, something like that.
No, I'm being dead serious. We do?
Akko is staying in Kite's hut, so there's one hut remaining that is not being occupied by anyone.
I will cover his face from reverse. Okay. Alright.
Come on, let's bring him in.
He'd not, right, considering he's malnourished and like he'll try and take his father to one of the unoccupied beds that we have.
So as the two of them help Akko's father into one of the rooms, you guys are left to a moment to really absorb what is going on. The note still in Vedran's hand.
Does anyone want to read this note?
I mean, I guess I might as well. I hold out my hand.
Here you go.
Naomi, do you also want to read it?
She shakes her head.
All right.
I'd like to read it when you're finished.
I mean, main question is like, does what was it called again? Oh, I forgot what the place is called.
Maybe just read it
Millville.
out loud.
Millerville.
So does the place Millerville ring any bells of anyone?
Not to my knowledge. I don't believe. Were we ever given the name of the second town that had the
Yes,
wave crasher?
you were.
Was it called Millerville?
No,
Well,
it was not.
With this character,
Okay.
I can't
Alright.
tell you.
All right. Well, Knight just answered me, so cool. No, I only know a couple places. I've only heard of a couple places around here. Millerville doesn't ring a bell.
Same thing with the rest of you?
I can't
Yeah.
tell. Would navigation help with any of this?
Actually, would knowledge geography help with this at all, or knowledge local? Considering I've stayed here for more than 3 weeks.
There's nothing that you guys can do knowledge-wise to figure out Millerville, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Is it because it's safe to assume it's not here?
As far as you're concerned, Millerville is not a name you've come across.
Alright.
Well, I guess we can ask Moulin later.
Yeah.
One of you
Tomorrow
guys
morning,
will. Yeah,
whatever.
one of you guys will probably have to ask her. I don't think it's best I talk with her.
I mean, this shouldn't really concern her anyways.
Well, she has knowledge of the area. She'll probably know what Millerville is. So I guess that's it for tonight, unless anyone else wants to do anything.
I'm done.
I mean, if I'm allowed to cook this thing, I should have 3 servings worth for somebody.
Like, that was me actually saying in character, not out of character, saying, like, let's skip. Like, that was just me just saying no one else has anything else left to do.
Assuming everyone else does nothing? No.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Naomi, can I talk to you for a second?
Okay.
Alright.
She looks over at Yaji.
He follows her gaze, glares at Yaji and back to her. It's fine, don't worry about it.
I already told you what I was gonna do.
I don't know. So, yeah, leads Naomi a little bit away. So I've been thinking about things, about us. You wanted to tell me something back in the clearing, before Yaji interrupted us. Do you want to let it off your chest now?
Naomi seems very sullen and she just shakes her head.
Okay. Okay, then I'll talk. So there are factors that I've been thinking about concerning this, that if I don't marry a tier, we could possibly have Karns coming at us, as well as probable ruin hunters because of my condition. And Yet, despite all of that, I don't want to marry her.
But you'll put yourself and your family in danger.
My family will be fine. They're not really tied to me by this point. Any damage that would have been done to them has been done. And I'm tired of letting other people make my own decisions for me. I want to be with you, Naomi. That's what I want.
She kind of glances back at Yaji.
Remember, he's not... Because I follow your gaze. Don't worry about him, alright? He's not... He's not my father, okay? He's not... He's just a guy, and right now he's pretty lost right now. I'm gonna have to try and bring him back to the right to the right path, but or at least a better path. But that's neither here nor there. I'm
He
not
thinks I'm gonna hurt you, and as you just said, if we're together, it's just gonna make things harder for you.
But I'll be with you, so none of that matters.
Do you really think that's gonna be enough?
It'll be enough for me.
Naomi shifts nervously.
I can't. You told me, clearing that you hated. You didn't want me to marry her, and so I thought, I remedied, and then yeah. I'm not gonna marry her.
Is that really what you want, though?
Yeah. I want to be with you. I love you.
I love you too, but I don't want to hurt you.
And I'm worried if I'm gonna hurt you ever. But I think this, like with love, everyone's really capable of hurting the other person. It's always a risk. So you just gotta, if you really do love the person, the risk is worth it.
Maybe.
Maybe. Scratches the back of his head. So, can we be together? As a couple?
She looks up at Edze, tears in her eyes. I want that more than I want to be Toa Knightley, but I'm really scared.
Oh my god.
Ase is going to put a hands on her cheek. Don't be, okay? Kind of takes his thumb and kind of wipes away some of the tears. All right? Because, I mean, it's fine to be scared. I'm scared too, but I still want to be with you, despite that.
She closes her eyes and nods. Okay. Me too.
So, I guess we're officially a couple now?
She looks at Edze again and just gives him a small smile. I guess so.
Okay. Then he leans in and kisses her.
Like super
Yeah.
fast, the fucking runs away.
She kisses him back.
Naomi,
Yes.
I need you to make a willpower check.
Oh, fucking bitch.
Yeah, now you gotta fight his mom.
Death battle!
Hold on, what's willpower?
Resistance if you don't have willpower.
Oh no.
So she failed.
Oh no.
Who's typing, boys?
Who's gonna get bitch smacked?
I mean,
Is
I
that
don't
what
know.
you think it will be?
It's fine.
It's gonna be
There's no
something.
way this could possibly be bad.
Remember when
you
this
guys
game
finally
started
got
off
the
as-
confrontation out of the way. You've succeeded. You've both agreed. It's official. Like, what could possibly go wrong now?
The earth ends. The world ends. It's over. Goodbye. The
Not
end.
in my oasis.
Your waste is the only thing that survives.
For 7 more hours, we'll be fine.
Naomi will quickly pull away from you and put her hands up to her face as she trembles slightly.
What? I'm sorry, what's that? I'm sorry, should I not have done that?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Didn't. I thought, I was. Yeah, I took the leap. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think I'm just remembering a bad dream. That's all.
As it stops, and looks at you. This dream. Did you hear like a deep dark voice talking to you at all?
No.
I mean, there, because my mom, she told me about some beings, some spirits that might be looking for me, might be wanting to use me for something.
No. It was a wolf.
I don't know if this God, Tasha said bastard is a wolf or not. I don't think he is. I think he's got something to do with... He kind of points up to the sky. Well, I guess we'll have to deal with that then.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to... I mean, I can... if you're gonna... I assume you want to sleep, so, if you want to feel, comfortable, I could stick by you while you do that. In case that will make you feel uncomfortable, in which case I won't, do that. I could give you your space if you want it.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, I'll be with you tonight then.
Naomi kind of looks around. Why don't I remember this place? It's not something I would forget, and all of you know about it.
I don't know exactly. Maybe... I remember when I tried to find this place once, and it was like something was pushing me away. Like I kept trying to find it, but I couldn't. Even though I sort of knew I was looking for something. Maybe that's it. I don't know exactly how this magic works. I'll ask Yaji as well as talk to him about a few things. About how he should treat you from now on.
She nods, returning to a kind of sullen expression when he talks about Yaji.
As he goes over and hugs her. Don't worry about him, alright?
She just nods and holds on to him.
Well, I think dinner might be ready. If you don't want to head over there, I can grab you a rabbit or whatever he caught. It looks like a weird bird.
Okay.
Alright. Smiles and kisses her on the forehead this time. See if anything happens. Nothing?
Make
good.
another check, but you have a +5.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Just don't show affection.
Yep.
Okay.
Be an emotionless husk.
She passes out.
It's very similar to the first time. Which is strange. He's touched you with everything before, but it only seems to happen when he presses his lips to you.